2 minutes late, not 20 minutes late, so that's good. That's something. Good stuff. Happy Friday, everybody. I would say we made it through the week, but it's kind of like holiday week. So I feel like a lot of people have had the week to chill. What's up, Pro Pyro? Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a great start to 2026 so far. Just gonna get shut here. And coffee. Cheers, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Berry Berry. Good morning, Habitual. What's up, Mohammed? What's up, Corey? Happy New Year. MK, I saw your message and I was like, oh my God, I gotta hurry up. I'm gonna prove her wrong. But no, I was 2 minutes late, so sorry, guys. Cheers, everybody, and good morning, Riz. My favorite YouTuber. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Cheers, everybody. This is weird. New year, new routine. Good morning, Galaxy Rods. As you guys know, we've officially switched to 12/12 lighting schedule, and I made it so that it's lights on at 11 a.m., lights off at 11 p.m. And dude, like, I am having a very difficult time in the mornings. I wake up after a sleepless night, and all I want to do is go check on my plants to make sure they're alive, and I can't because they're sleeping. What up, Bernie? Happy Friday. Plant Lovers Club spelled backwards is bulk shrivel snap. Cool, very, very well. Cheers to bulk shrivel snap to all of you guys. I like that we got to see everything together. Oh, yes. So I just walked into the tent. Like, I made my coffee. While it was brewing, I went, grabbed the frozen water bottles, replaced them with the ones that defrosted overnight. Didn't even look at stuff. Didn't even look. Last night, the entire green tower was wilted. I don't know what happened. Maybe I stepped on the plug. I don't know. It wasn't plugged in. It wasn't working. So everything was wilted at 11 p.m. Or maybe like 10:30. I don't know what time I came down. Anyways, it was all wilted. Good morning, Caps. Good to see you listening and working on your plants. Sounds awesome. That's why 11 to 11 I set it to my wake up time, but my bedroom is my grow room. What's up, Observer? Good to see you. So I'm trying to kind of have half of the lights on, like half of the lighting schedule will be off-peak hours. The only reason why I have some of it on peak hours is because I have to do my live, you know, I have to do work in the tent during my waking hours. But to be honest, I might switch to the to the plant sleep schedule because my regular sleep schedule clearly isn't working for me. What's up, Shawnee? Good to see you. Happy New Year. Happy Friday, everybody. So this is my first time checking out the tent today. I have not checked things out. Last night before bed, I fed the first bucket system. So yesterday, everything got fed. The second bucket system got mild veg, whatever. Oh no, did it get aggressive veg? I think it got aggressive veg, but half the recommended amount. This bucket system here got bloom and ripen, full amount. The orange tower got aggressive veg, and no, mild veg, and same with the green tower because there's just too much nitrogen. I didn't want to do the aggressive veg. So everything got fed yesterday, and so it was one of those mornings where I was itching to get down to the grow tent and see what's happening because it's one of those crucial growth stage period times where one day you go to sleep and your plant's a certain size and the next day you wake up and you're like, holy crap, it grew overnight. So that's Blooming Rose. I don't know why you're present. I've missed your messages so many times because I don't have it on all chat that now every time you pop in, I always see your message now, but now you remind me to put to put all messages on. Good morning, Rose. Show us your lighting setup on that lettuce tower you talked about yesterday. I'm going to show you guys in one sec. We're going to do a tent tour in a few minutes. We're probably going to do it, usually I do it around 12:20. So let me just talk and get all the things out of my head that I need to, okay? Yeah, that's what she says. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys. We have some lettuce to harvest. What else? I was setting up an air stone in my system for the After Dark plant, but I didn't finish, so I just hopped on the live and I'll finish later. Maybe I'll hop on a quick After Dark when I'm done, and we'll set up the air stone together. The stretch is a pretty cool time, like an inch or two new growth every. Yes, it is so cool. I love it. It's my favorite time, but I feel like I need to be in here at all times so I don't miss anything, you know. What's up, John? Good morning. Happy Friday. Thinking about setting my grow lights to go on and off during the night. Does it matter if I do it at night? It doesn't matter, MK. It's only if you are working in your tent and you need light, you're going to disrupt the photosynthesis cycle or process. So I would recommend either like a green light to do your work or a switch in your schedule. A switch in your lighting schedule. So you can do like an overlap like I do. I would do it even later. The only reason why I do it at 11 is so that in case we have a project to do on the live, I have an hour to kind of prepare and set things up in the grow tent. But other than that, I would do it probably like 5 p.m. till 5 a.m. Because I'm awake at like 4:30, and so I could go, you know, before bed and first thing in the morning when I wake up to check things out. Yeah, just a mug. We just got a plain mug today, but the problem with the plain mug, am I on my Fresh Princess account or Fresh Princess After Dark? We're on Fresh Princess, right? Yeah, we're on Fresh Princess. I'm like, for a second I got lost there. So yeah, this is, typically I bring a travel mug, A, because I'm clumsy and I spill and I don't want to make a mess in the grow tent. And B, because my coffee gets cold in these mugs. I like a travel mug, it keeps it warm. Cheers, everybody. Zane, we talk about plants here. That's what this place is about. But thank you for your question. And thank you. Yeah, this is, my friend's actually got, or my friend, she got me this for my birthday last year. It was one of the first times where I was like, oh, you get it now, you get it. I'm into plants and you're trying to show effort that you're into, like you're trying to show me that you're making an effort, that you're listening. And yeah, it was nice. A cute little gift. Happy freaking Friday, Mia. Hope you're having a great day so far. I will let my son know also on lighting schedule since he just started growing cannabis. Ooh, MK, tell him to come hang out with us on After Dark. Then we can learn together. What's up, G-Bay? Good to see you. Happy Friday. I started my own small lettuce garden, ordered a tower just like yours. You're really inspiring. Could you tell me what kind of lighting I should put on those? Does the tower not come with lights? Riz, it depends what you're trying to achieve. If you're just growing lettuce, you could do full spectrum LED light bars. These are 2-foot light bars, full spectrum LED 2-foot light bars, and there's 12 of them around the tower. But you can do, I mean, I've seen people grow lettuce with like T5 lights. Lettuce doesn't require a lot, and so I was trying to think a little bit critically yesterday because we were talking about how if I'm doing 12-12, I'm gonna have to compensate and increase the light intensity for the grow towers. But part of me is like, yes, the lettuce, maybe it is searching for light, but there's got to be something else, because like I've seen people put lettuce by a windowsill with barely any light, and it does just fine. And if lettuce is such a cool weather crop and people grow it in Canada, it's cloudy during the cool crop weather months, and so they're not getting full sun or full light. So she's the brain of the bird, not the part of the wings. I like that, John. Cool, cool, cool. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. I like it. Coffee's got only 2 ways: hot as hell or cold as ice. Room temperature doesn't work, right? I agree with that, observer. Wait, it's Friday already? I know, Cavs. This is what happens with holiday week. Are those micro saying, yeah, you got to ease into it. But thank you for your question. You hang around here for a little while and you'll be able to answer your own question. But yeah, no, I don't do microgreens. I tried microgreens and I suck. Like either I overwater, underwater, and then they get moldy or dry. I just F the whole thing up. Oh, Riz, you should have chatted with me first. I would have helped you get one with a pump, the lights, the net pots, the foam colors, all that good stuff. But it's okay. If you want, send me an email and I can help you source some lights, or I can if I can find my contact where I got my lights from, I could try to put you in contact so you can get yourself set up with some. But it's very basic. Like as long as you have full spectrum 2-foot light bars, I'll just show you really quick here before we get on the tent tour. It's just a bracket that screws onto the lid, and then the lights have clips, but you can kind of rig up your own thing. You can, zip tie lights to your own bracket. You don't need these little hooks here. And then each light connects, so they're connected by a cable. Oh! They're connected by a cable, and then there's a bracket that holds them together so that the second one here doesn't swing around like this. All right, we're gonna do tent tour in just a sec. I just lost my job at NASA, so now I can focus on gardening. Ah, James, I'm sorry you lost your job, but kind of sounds like a blessing if you get to work on your garden. Yes, so habitual, I was just gonna say, I think it's something to do with like the temperatures. I don't know if it's to do with the light, but I don't know, we'll see. Have a great day, Growing Mo. Thanks so much for stopping by. Everyone hit like and subscribe. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you so much, Justin. Appreciate you. We're actually going to have a good weekend in the Grow Tent. We've got some projects to work on and stuff. We've got to set up all of our air stones in the second bucket system. Today I'm going to be working on the After Dark plant. That's my priority. I'm just going to put its own air stone in there with its own pump, and then the rest I'll deal with this weekend. What's up, Andre? Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. Light spectrum is not the same. Put a 600 watt sodium in there. Good to know. You should grow sea moss. Apparently it's a superfood. I'm struggling to find resources on... Okay, Cruiser. I know. What is it called? Irish sea moss or... No, that's Celtic sea salt. There's Irish sea moss, I think, is the one that's like premium. It's like really, really good for you. And it's supposed to be really good for... I forget, is it for your gut health? No. I don't know, I forget. I think it's like, just has so many benefits, and I guess that's why it's called a superfood. What's up, Galaxy? Good to see you. Are you talking about my hair? It's in my face and it's bothering me. That's why I'm touching it, okay? Pro Pyro, Point Dexter. I'm just kidding. They are indoor tower plants. I forgot the name, but I've seen those. Yes. What is up, Scotty? Hope you have a beautiful day filled with lots of coffee. Cheers. Good morning. Happy New Year. I can't help it. Leave me alone. I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Sorry. I'm a girl. I'm a chick. Leave me alone. Galaxy, what's up? Good to see you. And, who else is here? Who else? We got Lori in the house. We got Shy in the house. What is up, you guys? Happy Friday. And Kevin from Iowa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Solenz, Happy New Year. Good to see you. Cheers, everybody. It's so good to see everybody here. We're going to go on a tent tour in just a sec. I'll try to find some light fixtures in my area, but if I couldn't find, I will ask you for some contacts. Yeah, my contact is in China, so you'll have to order overseas, and shipping can get a little costly, but if you order a bulk order, it works out. So, yeah, anyways. If you're interested in chatting about it, Riz, and you need help, just send me an email, and I could either put you in contact or we could figure something out. AB Grower, good to see you. And Stone Root, good morning. Greasy Trees, good morning. Happy New Year. Yeah, happy 420 Friday. Good morning, and Shuka. Sorry. Sorry if I say your name wrong. Um, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Just catching up on the chat here. I don't think I missed anything. All right, all right, all right. It's the U.S. tariffs that cost us in Canada as well. Yes, it does. But normally, like from China, the bulk of the shipping is because they put it on a cargo, right? And if it's a cargo, it costs a lot of money unless you have more stuff, right? The more stuff you have, the cheaper the shipping is per item. Hopefully this year, my Reaper of Death peach pepper finally produces fruit. 2 years old and not one pepper ever made. Can you believe that? Maybe something with the nutrients. What are you growing? Are you growing indoors, outdoors? What method of growing are you using? All right. We're going to go on a tent tour because I'm itching to check out my plants. I haven't looked at things today yet, so I'm looking at things with fresh eyes as well. Also, yesterday I adjusted the lights in the grow tent. So the lights right now are at 500 ppfd, 24 with a DLI of 24, and Bernie's kind of been coaching me through, you know, keep an eye on your lights every couple weeks. You want to kind of maybe increase it until you get to around 35 to 40. So yeah, that's the goal. Your recipes are just too good to miss. I want to grow my own lettuce and try those recipes, right? You know what I want to do is I think I'm going to do TFP in the kitchen once a week, and until I actually have like produce growing where we can cook different recipes, let's figure out all the unique things we could do with lettuce. I've got some ideas, and so I want to show you guys because I keep getting questions. People are like, do you eat anything other than lettuce, or are you just like a lettuce girl? Like, I swear I eat other stuff. It's night here, about to sleep, and then I show you're live. Nice, LMFAO. I'm glad you're here. About to sleep, a new subscriber. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. What's up, DJT? Good to see you. What strains you growing? Well, we got tons of varieties of tomatoes. Scotty, you give out free seeds on your page all the time. That is so awesome. Happy growing, everybody. And Scotty, that is really, really kind of you. That's why I love this community, man. Everyone's about like sharing and growing. It's the best. I was growing indoor soil, 18.6 light first year, 12.12. Nice. Is there any way to make houseplants grow on zero energy, like solar panels or something? I guess they don't take much energy anyways. It depends on the houseplant. Some houseplants don't even require a lot of light. Yeah, we got kale growing habitual, so we will be making that soup soon. Ian, I hope you're having a great day today. Happy Friday. Thanks so much for the support, Zelens. Appreciate you. There's nothing wrong with my phone. Oh, come on. Don't be weird. Semper, good to see you. Happy Friday, everybody. Easiest houseplant is a golden pothos by far. Nice. Every Wednesday, I go live, a card game. You win. You pick one of 30 different genetics I ship worldwide. Scotty, you're a legend. That's so awesome of you. Thank you for doing that for the community. That's so cool. All right. Grow tent. Here we go. Last night, everything was wilted, okay? So it bounced back, but we got some crazy stuff happening here. But I can tell that I added nutrients. Like today, everything just kind of blew up. So the lettuce looks messy. We got a lot of messy lettuce. Like this one, for example, I'm going to get rid of. It's just growing really long. We're going to harvest it all, and I'm going to get rid of this. Time to start anew with that one. But yeah, we've got romaine lettuce. My cilantro is growing back. I literally just chopped this whole thing off the other day. We've got our dinosaur kale habitual, so we're going to be making that soup. My arugula like grew overnight. Insane. And then this is like, it's such a pretty plant. I love it. This is in the same family as bok choy. It's called tatsoi. Yeah, and then we've got some Thai basil. And so things were getting overwatered. You'll see things are looking a little bit on the yellow side. But I put them back on the schedule last night. I did a lot of like fine tuning last night, just making sure that you know, everything's in order, and I'm not like, oh, I gotta put it back on schedule and I gotta do this. So Orange Tower, I fed it yesterday. So I had some issues yesterday. Everything was kind of looking a little yellow, but today it's starting to go back to green. I can see the change, a slight change, but like, for example, I have a video up close of this leaf, and I could see, well, I have to compare side by side. I haven't compared side by side, but yeah, that is pretty cool. And then we got some romaine babies in here. So, and then parsley, romaine. This is all romaine lettuce. It'll bounce back. It was not only getting overwatered, but it wasn't getting enough nutrients. But here we go. It would be nice if it had enough nitrogen, then this would be like the perfect seedling right now. But that's okay. I'm learning. We're gonna work our way up. We got parsley, a little chive that's trying to make it, but I have faith in you, little guy. And some parsley, and then on the after dark, I guess I forgot. I just transplanted a bunch of lettuce and I totally forgot, you guys. And then here it is. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Da da na na. It looks so good today, you guys. A few things, like, it's not perfect, but let's start with the cukes. So I got a bunch of flowers growing now. That's what I was waiting for. I was adding aggressive vegetative for a little while, and then these got a little too, you know, they have a little bit of nutrient deficiency or some issues, but they're bouncing back. Yesterday, the pH was perfect. So you can see they were also getting a little bit, I don't know, it looks maybe overwatered a little bit. So I reduced the watering. pH is on point, EC's on point, lighting schedule is on point, water temperature is on point. But we're going to check it again today just to see what happened overnight. I've got my little finger eggplant. Right, ProPyro? Welcome to the freaking jungle, you guys. Look at the size of these leaves. Like, come on, look at that. Huge. So these are little finger eggplant. They're little tiny varieties. You guys saw me cook with them. We made some eggplant parmesan last run. So there it is. Freaking massive. No, I got rid of it, Ian. So on the After Dark channel, it was like New Year's Eve, late night, and I'm like, you know what? Let's get rid of it. And then the next morning I walked into the grow tent and I was like, what? Somebody stole my tomato plant. And then I was like, wait, you threw it out last night, you idiot. Can you eat those leaves from the eggplant? I don't know. That's a good question. They do have thorns on them. So I guess if you just, you know, don't eat the thorns, but these are actually very sharp. They're like rose thorns. Where are they here? Right there. So when it's about to flower, I notice that it starts producing, yeah, tomato heist. What do I miss here? Elephant ears, yeah. Thank you so much, Delens. Okay, so we're gonna go through each plant, just because I, for my own record, need to check things. It is a little cool in here. It's 74. I'm gonna turn down the exhaust, and I don't know why it's so cold. Is my intake on? No. Do I? No. I don't know why it's cold in here. Oh, you know why? It hasn't heated up because the lights just turned on. Durr. All right. So, yeah, that's the cucumber. This is the green zebra cherry tomato. So yesterday it was like curved, and today it's starting to straighten out. What's up, Jason? Good to see you. Yeah, the thorns would not be fun to eat. So yeah, everything is looking good. We had clawing, but everything is kind of straightening out. Yeah, this plant looks great. I've got some flowers here, more flowers there. This is the one I'm the most pleased about today. This is the one where I walked in and I'm like, oh, you're back. This guy was so freaking droopy that I was even embarrassed to show it on my live. And yeah, Happy New Year, Jason. Hope you had a great one. So now it's kind of like wrapping itself around the trellis. and it's definitely flowering nicely. These are icicle. This is the pink icicle tomato. So it's a very, like, the leaves are very narrow and long, kind of similar to the tomato. What's up, Robert? Happy New Year. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you. But the leaves are looking so much better. These leaves were clawing. The stems were completely drooped over, and it was no bueno. No bueno. So yeah, we're bouncing back on the pink icicle tomato. The Paul Robson tomato, we've got some flowers going on here. It's looking a lot better. I don't know if you guys remember, but when we first started this plant, it was in brutal shape. The stems were completely curving downward. I don't even know how to explain it. You see how this is going like that right there? Before, it was starting right here at the, like, where the growth node meets the stem. It was like going downwards, and now it's starting to grow upwards. So the plant is definitely doing better. Still have some, I think this is from when I had lockout 2 days ago. So yeah, we'll see. You have flowers. Shouldn't you remove the lower leaves? Yep, that's what we're doing today. We are going to be pruning the tomatoes because I have a lot of lower leaves to remove, like this one. We got the ox heart, or not the ox heart, the icicle. There's a bunch of them. So yes. The galaxy, oh man, this one looks great. So now I can show it to you guys from here because I don't have the ox heart in the way. So the ox heart was right here. We got rid of it. And we got so many flowers. Yeah, I fed things last night, and today I'm like, wow, it's one of those days. Like, look at that. Beautiful. Look how big this plant is. It's looking so good. What's up, El Badger? Good to see you. And then we have our cousin Martina. She is the first one that is fruiting for us this run. So she's gonna be special to me because it's my first tomatoes of this run. These are cherry tomato. They are like a Roma tomato. They're red and small and delicious. Well, I've never tried them, but they look delicious. And then we have, okay, so this one, I'm getting happier and happier with every day. This is the Ponderosa Pink. Like I said, it was clawing like crazy, and now look, this is like starting to straighten out. Everything is looking much, much better. Even though we still have clawing, the leaves are slowly starting to straighten out, and I can see like the direct correlation between adding in my nutrients and the plant not like eating itself, I guess, to explain it in the most layman way possible. And then any new growth over here is like straight leaves for the most part. And then we've got flowers. It was taking a while for us to get flowers, but now we've got flowers. So that's the Ponderosa Pink variety. And then we've got the Cherokee Purple. This one is probably my best. I don't know, I keep saying that. You know what? These three are doing so well. The Dark Galaxy, the Cousin Martina, and the Cherokee Purple are doing just so beautifully. We've got some flowers up here, and then nice thick stalk at the bottom, and just some beautiful growth. It's getting tall too. I'm gonna go grab a sip of coffee, and then we'll continue, catch up on the chat. Do you grow? We don't have a channel. Yes, Ryan. Check out TFP After Dark, and link in the chat below. Nothing better than seeing the difference right away. Warms the heart, lets you know you're treating them right. Right, Robert? I am somebody who likes instant results, and so, yeah. I had to try some dwarf tomatoes. Nice. Super low humidity in my room. It's 30% or less. Oh, wow. Mine right now, it says it's 65 in here, and it's 74 degrees. It actually kind of feels cold, but it's because of the lights. So we're going to finish the tent tour so I could turn the lights back up. Thank you so much, Semper. I've been working hard on them, and I've been really focused. What's up, Mike? Good to see you. I'm at the end of my flu symptoms finally. Oh man, hope you're feeling better, Booty. I should self-pollinate my tomato, or I should hand-pollinate my tomatoes. They don't need to be hand-pollinated. They're considered a perfect plant. Just like a gust of wind will help, but they apparently they get a better yield if, or you get a better yield. TFP After Dark. Yeah, check out the description below. The link is in the description. Happy New Year to you too, back. Patience has never been my strongest virtue. Me neither, Robert, but this garden is teaching me. Does temperature affect the flavor in tomatoes? I'm sure it does, because it affects other things which affect the flavor. So it doesn't maybe directly affect, but there is a correlation between everything. Any environmental factor is going to affect the flavor, I think, to some degree. I think that's just the way nature works, right? Okay, so peppers, I'm gonna go from this side because we got, you know, little After Dark plant, trying to keep discreet, but yeah, it's the After Dark plant's looking really good. So yeah, we've got the mystery peppers. So again, I labeled all my peppers, dropped a tray, and all the labels got away from those seeds. And so some of them are labeled, some of them I know what they are, and some of them it's going to be a surprise. I hope some of them are bell peppers. So mystery pepper, Marconi Rosso pepper, which is a long, it's like an elongated, enlarged variety of a bell pepper. Oh, this I thought was a pepper. It's parsley, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just leave it in here. Let's see. What's up, Doc Leby? Good to see you. And then this is, I think it's a Chinese 5. Yes, Aksu. Check out TFP After Dark in the description below. That's the other channel where we talk about that. Yesterday we topped some of the pepper plants. Today I'm going to top this one. This one's ready to be topped right here. I topped them aggressively, but it worked out. So this is the Criolla. Yeah, this is the Criolla Sella pepper. It's like kind of spicy, kind of not. You can see we've got some yellowing here. So yesterday I switched them to aggressive veg, and that's because everything was starting to kind of get yellow. They started off on a seedling, full amount for seedling, so I gave them half the amount for aggressive veg. Yesterday we topped this pepper plant. No new growth yet, but I can see it's already gonna, if you pay attention to the small differences, you can see it happen real fast. Right there. It's gonna pop out. We're gonna have a ton of new growth, and it's already starting right there. I just topped them yesterday. So crazy. Oh, this is like, these leaves got so big today. This is the mocha swirl pepper. Warmer water? No. They need colder water. I topped them aggressively, yeah, because I didn't know. I was like, ooh, am I gonna hurt the plant? Is it too much? Am I gonna stress it out? And I'm like, you know what? Stress makes you stronger. Top the whole effing thing off, and now look at that. Look at that, all these new growth points. So we're gonna clean off all these flowers. We got blooming flowers here, or budding flowers. I'm gonna pinch off all the flowers. I want the plant to get larger before I get peppers. I am, red stems are stressing. I don't think so. I feel like I've grown peppers enough that I feel like this happens with peppers. So maybe it's because I stress them out all the time. But I've seen it with other people. So yesterday I accidentally ripped the leaf when I topped my zinnia plant, but that's okay. I should also remove these leaves too. But there's the zinnia plant. And these are flowers, you guys. I just like to have flowers in the summer. And then we got another zinnia here that I topped. This one I didn't top because I'm just waiting. So I don't think it's an issue. I think it's because of the variety. So I know with the Chinese 5-color peppers, everything was purple because they have purple flowers and purple peppers. So it really depends. Like this is an orange pepper. See, that's the beauty of labeling things, is you can kind of observe different things, right? So like, look at this. It's right next to this one, exact same environment, but this is an orange variety. So you can see here, it's actually very much green. The main stem does have that darkness to it, but I think that's just what happens as the plant matures. But it's definitely green where the veins are. But then here, you can see it's purple and the stem is darker, and that's why I think it's a Chinese 5-color pepper, because I had the same experience last grow where I thought it was like a stressor on the plant, but it actually was just purple because it's a purple pepper plant and it's got the anox, what do you call it again? Whatever makes it purple. So yeah, that's the second bucket system, and that's it. So today we're just gonna kind of go around, pinch off flowers, prune tomatoes, and just clean up our plants. We fed everything yesterday, and now we're gonna clean everything today. Red stems can be caused from a lot of different things: genetics, UV deficiencies. Do not use purple stems as the sole reason for deficiency. Check the leaves. Yeah, like the leaves, the roots, everything else looks good. So I'm gonna give it time. It could be also an adjustment. You know, these, I started the first bucket system, and then once these were already in a different growth stage, I started the other. And so it's, it could be also like I'm accommodating the first bucket system, not so much the second bucket system, so they're not getting like optimal light. Anthocyanins, that's it, habitual. So I've grown, like, for example, the purple tomatoes, it's the same thing. They also have like that purple kind of coloring. I'm gonna give them time because I know they're gonna bounce back. If it is an issue, I don't think it's an issue, but even if it is, it's a minor issue. I'm not concerned. They have to bounce. Like, it's one of those things where when every other variable is perfect, you just have to give it time after that. I'm not saying everything's perfect, but I mean, I felt pretty good yesterday. My pH was like 2 point, what was it? Let me check my notebook. Yeah, yesterday, the pH, so I should be, for the second bucket system, the EC should be between 2 and 2.5, and I was at 2.5, and my pH was 5.8, and my water temperature was 68. Like, it was perfect. So if I can maintain that on a regular basis, and then I can maintain my temperature and kind of, and my humidity, and kind of, you know, adapt to the growth stages gradually and tweak things as I go, I think I'm in good shape. I used to grow a variety of hemp because I ran out of seed stock. Nice, Booty. That's awesome. I love it when they're stripy. Mine, yeah. So, yeah, Bernie, that's exactly it. So, for example, had I not looked up the mocha swirl pepper, aka had Les not told me about it, I would have thought people were naming like all these different viruses that I could have on my pepper. I'm like, it's not a freaking virus, okay? It's a variegated pepper plant. It's got variegated leaves. So you got to know like what you got to know about your plant first and foremost before anything else. And the only reason why I'm not concerned about the purple is because I germinated like 20 Chinese 5-color pepper seeds thinking that, or I kept like screwing them up. And so now I think all my plants are Chinese 5-color pepper because I've grown them before and I had 3 of them at one point. I feel like, I don't know, now it's just kind of based on the previous grow. So I'm not really concerned about the issue. Good thing you wear gloves when you go outside. Every plant you touch would get sick. I mean, I'm still like touching my coffee and stuff. I mean, my hands are clean. I just washed my coffee cup. I Lysol my phone like every day. Well, not every day, but you know. You know what's interesting? Beaumont, and welcome by the way. I have my voltmeter plugged in just all the time. So when I walk by the tent, I can check and see how much it's pulling. So when I had the humidifier going, when I had the humidifier going, because it has a compressor, it was pulling a lot more wattage. And now the other day I walked by the tent and the lights were at 65%, and it was only pulling 546 watts. And now that I'm off peak hours, it's going to be cheaper. So I mean, I'm still consuming the same. Actually, no, now I'm consuming even, well, less. Like I turned the lights up, but I reduced the lighting schedule. So I don't know. I have to look and see now and assess to answer your question. Some of these comments are kind of gross. I feel bad. See women make them. Oh yeah, I know. I try to stay on top of it, but sometimes people are going to be weird, you know? But it's content and we laugh about it. Yeah, exactly. I got the mods. They've got my back. And also, like, I know I was a control freak before, and I'm like, don't delete anything. But yeah, if stuff is inappropriate or whatever, you guys know what to do. Just contacted the seller about the light. The tower does come with lights and pump. Thanks for the heads up. Yes, Riz, I'm so glad, because it should come with the lights, the pump, and it should also come with the net pots. I never listen to you anyways. Habitual. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sometimes I'm just stubborn and how big is your tent? 20 by 10, 200 square feet. What you growing? We got tomatoes, peppers, cucumber, eggplant, lettuce, herbs, flowers, and the other plant, which is on the other channel, TFP After Dark, in the description below. It's my first time growing it, so I don't actually grow it. I'm just trying it for the first time. All right, quickly, I'm gonna go through the lower leaves of my tomatoes because I gotta get these lights back up. What's up, Stang Man? Good to see you. Trolls be trolling. If you ever need extra moderator, I always have your back, girl. I appreciate that, Robert. Thank you so much. Stop trying to get my job. Pro Pyro, there's enough wrenches for everybody. But thank you. Grow medium for those plants? No grow medium. Just foam collars and that's it. Mediumless growing, I guess. All right, so yeah, I'm just taking down the lower leaves. And I also have some suckers I'm going to get rid of. What's up, Poppin' Seeds? Good to see you. And what's up, Robert? Welcome. Find a parallel between Twitch and YouTube moderator symbols. Quite interesting. A wrench versus a sword. It's not a battle. Yeah, don't bring a wrench to a sword fight. Yeah, what do you guys think of Twitch? Anybody watch Twitch streams? Should I get on Twitch too? Should I get like something that allows me to stream on both at the same time? Maybe we do Twitch and YouTube. No, we'll save the noon stream for YouTube. But yeah, what's Twitch like? And is it heavily censored? Like what's the deal with Twitch? Happy New Year, Poppin' Seeds. I don't know if I wish you a Happy New Year yet. Dislike Twitch, unfaithful company, but for game. Isn't it owned by isn't Twitch and Amazon the same? Or right? Twitch is Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my God, I was gonna say it and thank God I didn't. It's been, we're day 2 into the new year and I haven't said it once and I almost said it out loud. Can you tweak on Twitch? A lot of people stream on both. Yeah, I know a guy that I chatted with before. He streams 24/7 and he streams 24/7 on Twitch and YouTube, or maybe just Twitch actually. Twitch is less censored, but they spam ads every 12 seconds. Oh, see? Yeah, I'm not into... Twitch is a baby from Amazon. Turned on my tent today. What do you have growing, please? All right, I'll give you a quick view before I move on to topping my peppers. Eggplant, cucumbers. Those are all different tomato varieties. I think I've got 7 varieties now. And then these are peppers, 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 flowers, zinnia flowers. That's lettuce and herbs back there in the grow tower. Lettuce and herb, whoa, almost wiped out. Lettuce and herb seedlings here. And there's the green grow tower. I gotta harvest that tower, you guys. But you know how much easier it's gonna be the process to reset is gonna be so much easier with this nutrients. Things are already so much cleaner. What's up, Ray? Good to see you. Hello from Newfoundland. We're going into our 5th year of a hydroponic farm. Cool, happy growing and welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Still want a mini version of the tower. It's coming, MK, it's coming. Stay tuned. There is a mini version coming. And it will be available on the site. And I had an initial plan for it. And now I'm like, nope. I know some modifications that need to be made now to the system. And so I'm gonna make some modifications before I go through with it. I was ready to place an order. Let's go. Let's have an inventory. Let's start selling towers or do pre-orders or whatever. But there's room for improvement. So let's improve it first. I need like another month, and then we'll get that going. Just because that's also what I've been considering is, you know, after using these so much and having so many runs, I see, and we've talked about it on these lives, all the opportunities for adjustments. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, mini towers would be great for you, Habitual. It'll fit like in the corner of your grow tent, no problem, or even in your kitchen. You know, what's nice about the grow towers is it doesn't have to be in a grow tent. You could put it anywhere. This summer, we're gonna take the yellow one that I have, like another yellow one, and maybe I'll just put it outside and we'll see what happens. And we'll get strawberries going in there, and all summer long, yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe throw it in the backyard. What do you guys think? Improvements are important, right? And especially Spanish Dre. Happy New Year. Cheers. Chia Pet Princess. Yeah, I love that. Chia. So, yeah, I think that once I make a few tweaks to the design of the tower, I think it'll be much better and I'll feel much more comfortable promoting it and not trying to sell it to you guys, but just, you know, talking about the benefits. This tower is great. It's a great system, but it is very like finicky and it's not optimal. And so if you know how to use it and you know how to modify it yourself, you could really make it work and you could really grow some great stuff in here. But it's one of those things where, you know, if you're looking for more of like the tower garden kind of marketing where they're like, oh, set it and forget it and that's it. All you have to do is add A and B and you're done. So if you're looking for more of that and not really looking to spend too much time with your plants, then some modifications need to be made. And so for it to appeal to more people, yeah, people aren't going to want to mess around with their system and try to fix it and troubleshoot. You want to, if you're going to spend money on something, you want to make sure that it's good. You know, you don't want to have to encourage people, oh yeah, well you should get yourself this to add to that. And, you know, like I want to even see if there's a way, like, can they, yeah, just, yeah. So I got some ideas and I'm twerking on it, as Rose would say. We're twerking on it. Okay, Galaxy tomato. So yeah, I'm just taking down the suckers and the lower leaves. And I'm trying to get this done quickly because I turned my lights down so I could do this. And I don't want to leave them down for too long. So it is a little time sensitive. Alright, that's the tomatoes. I'm just gonna go top the pepper quick. What's up, Germinator? Good to see you. Happy Friday, everybody. Just top. Which one are we topping? We're topping these. Bad idea. Gotta go this side. You know what? I don't need scissors for this. Just pinch it off with my nail. Here it is. Top the peppers. Those are too young to be topped. So I pruned my tomatoes. I topped my peppers. We're gonna do... The thing is, you don't want to defoliate too much, right? Because the plants need their leaves. So it's one of those things where a little bit every day. I used to just go to town and, like, you know, mess up my plants. So now I'm going to turn these back up. My back is facing here, so I feel comfortable in terms of, like, lights. I don't think it's going to affect me. Sorry if I missed anybody in the chat. We're experimenting with unusual hydroponic fruit. We got blueberry plant. That's so exciting. Have you ever tried coffee, Rajax? Forgot to wish Lemonina a healthy... Oh yeah, let me show you guys Lemonina. I haven't watered. I gotta water her. We can do that. I mean, the pots, yeah, it's a little lighter. So, yeah, I mean, it's a work in progress. She's still alive. So yeah, this is, now I just cut all the bottom leaves. I gotta do that eggplant one right there. Bucket tops should be like clean, you know? But can we just talk about this leaf for a second? It's like bigger than my... It just gives you guys perspective of either how small my head is or how big this leaf is. It's huge. We haven't tried coffee, but I would definitely look into it. Have you? I have a coffee seed in vermiculite right now, but it looks like it dried out, so I have to try again. It takes 2 to 6 months to germinate, so I was gonna try... Why do I think she has weed growing? Check out Godspeed. Check out TFP After Dark. The link is in the description below, and that is the other channel. Okay, so I got a little bit of a leak going on here. Got to assess that. I also have to order 1/4-inch tubing. I gotta disconnect the buckets that are not serving a purpose right now. There are a lot of buckets that don't have plants in them. And so it's every other bucket, right? So yeah, this is what I just did. Cleaned up the lower leaves. Clean up this stuff here. Try to keep the bucket tops as clean as possible. You know, cleanliness is of the utmost importance in an indoor garden. That's all the time. People tell me all the time, wow, your thing is so clean. I'm like, well, yeah, it has to be. And it's not even that clean. Like, look, I got stuff on the floor. I got a vacuum in here. So, yeah, you know, it takes work. Yeah, it's a very, very healthy leaf. Coffee is picky, so I gave up. Thank you, Dad's 10, for sharing that, the handle. I appreciate it. Is Brett in here? Did I miss Brett? Oh, what's up, Brett? Good to see you. Sorry if I missed anybody in the chat. Whose city are you in? I'm in Toronto, Ontario. Thanks so much, Germinator. I actually have been working, you know, pretty hard to try to make sure that everything's on point, which I should check. I'm like taking notes every day now about like pH, EC, all that stuff. So I'm gonna check mine in the buckets just to make sure we're good. I gotta calibrate my thing tomorrow. It's been like 4 days that I've been using it. I'm gonna check my EC. So I have that jug is a frozen water bottle just to help me keep the temps lower. So here's the thing, right here, the temp is 58 degrees Fahrenheit, but that's not the case. Once it travels through the buckets and sits in the lines, it actually is hot. Also, this is gonna defrost in no time once the room heats up. But 6.1 pH with 2.0 EC is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Recalibrate my pen once a month. Cool. That's good to know. You got any sticky? Yeah. Check out TFP After Dark. So this one is going to be lower EC, right? I just fed it yesterday, but it's getting way less nutrients. So that's 6.3 pH, a little on the higher side. Okay. And then what I do is I also check, shout out to Bernie for recommending this, and it's been a game changer, is check the pH and EC in your last bucket so that you can really see where things go wrong in your system, or where things start to take a turn, you know? So you can see the water temp here is 70, but it's gonna get hotter as the day goes on. Like the lights just turned on. So pH is 6.1, EC is 2.1, and the temperature is still I mean, but that's pretty good. Like the fact that it's, well, look at the difference though. 58 degrees in the res. That's also because I was right next to the frozen water bottle. If I take the frozen water bottle out, it'll probably be a 10 degrees Fahrenheit difference between the main res and the last bucket. But I mean, everything's looking pretty good. Look at the cucumber roots. Look at that, you guys. Nice, thick ass, healthy roots. Have a great day, Mike. Thanks for hanging out. Now they're getting misted. Whoa, looks like that one might be missing a piston. What the heck is going on there? Anyways, yeah, got some. Anyways, yeah, it's looking great. I'm just gonna check. Actually, can I check the last bucket of? Oh. Okay, so this bucket system, because half of the bucket system's disconnected, I only have 50% of the buckets connected in this system, and the pH doesn't change that much. Oh, Brad, I got it for 40 bucks from Amazon. It's it's not a special brand name or anything crazy, but it makes my life a lot easier. So, yeah. I think it was, well, shout out to all of you that show up and that just, thank you to all of you. But there's, I think it was El Badger or somebody sent a donation for a meter, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to put this towards a meter. I'm going to get a meter. So thank you. And I didn't just put it towards 1 meter, I put it towards a bunch so that I have a way to double check. So with the pH, I'm not concerned. I'm okay with just using drops. It's more about EC. This was my 1 EC meter that I had, and I don't have the solution to calibrate it, and getting another pen that comes with a solution was like almost cheaper than just buying the solution on its own. So I decided to I got the Vivo Sun 2-pack. It was like, I don't know, $12 for the both of them. And then I got this one, it's Yinmic, Yinmic. And it came with all the calibration solutions, plus an additional TDS meter, just in case. So I would actually recommend this because it comes with the extra TDS. You can double check your pH with drops, and you can double check your EC with the extra thing that it comes with. So sometimes it's always nice to have a reference point. I, as a new grower, have done a lot of stupid things. What's up, Les? Good to see you. And what's up, Hydro Monk? I don't know if it was Elbat. Somebody said for meters or something. Somebody sent a donation and they said this is for meters. I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. Anyways, whoever it was, thank you. That's what I put it towards. So if you, yeah. Anyways, yeah, they probably think it's just cloudy, but I don't want to mess up. I guess it would mess up the DLI if I turn down the lights for a certain period of time. So I was trying to just rush through. That's part of why I'm like, maybe I should make the lights 12. Maybe I should make the lights on at like 12:30 and just have the tower lights on at 12 so that it's almost like a sunrise. Maybe that'll be better so that I can do the work in the grow tent on the live in the first half hour or something. Muscle relaxer. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's funny. That just reminded me of one time. I was like much younger. I went to where did I go? Dominican? Where did I go? No, Cuba. I went to Cuba with a couple girlfriends, and one of my friends, she wasn't feeling well. She was feeling sick, so we went to the pharmacy, and they gave her what they told her was like a cold medication, and they actually gave her a freaking Valium, and I think she had like a couple of them, and it was time to go for dinner. This girl was like stuck in bed. She was like, I'm alert and like I'm awake, but I can't move a muscle. It completely like paralyzed her. It's like crazy. She must have taken too much, and I don't know why they gave her a Valium. But yeah, so I think I'm actually going to, like today, I'll shift my lights. It's still going to be 12:12. I'm just going to shift it a half an hour, and then maybe tomorrow another half an hour, and I'll do tower lights first. So tower lights come on at maybe 12, so that as soon as I'm on my live, the tower lights come on, and then I have about a half an hour before these lights come on, and that'll give me time to do my tent tour and any kind of quick project without having to sacrifice the DLI. Shorter light times reduce DLI, so crank them up a bit. Yes, but I don't want to shock the plants, right? And I already cranked them up, so I got to be careful. ppm parts per million, EC is new to me. So Brad, it's the same thing, just multiplied by 2, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, right? EC is the electrical conductivity, the amount of salts in the water from your nutrients, and ppm is parts per million. So if you're adding anything additional, I guess that doesn't have salt, maybe it'll count that too. I don't freaking know. But yeah, I was using ppm, or I was I wasn't even using ppm, but when I first started considering parts per million and the contents of your water, or whatever you want to call it, or the conditions of your water, I went on Let's Be Buds, and Spartan recommended that I just check my EC. Focus on your EC. That's like the most accurate reading, and that's what's the most important, because ppm is great and everything, but EC will really tell you everything you need to know. And so ever since, I've just been focusing on EC, and I think it hasn't clicked for me exactly why yet, but maybe it will soon. Like, I also check ppm, but I noticed that it's like pretty much half the amount of the EC. But that's also because my pen, I guess it depends on the scale, right? The scale of your pen. Oh man, when I was in Bogota, I had to get some cold medicine. I filled the little cup to the top line, like in USA, the bottom was the correct. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's very different. Yeah, Spartan grown. That's funny. More Cuba stories, please. I don't have any good. It was just another time in my life, you guys. Yeah. I'm just like going back. I'm like, are there any stories? Not really. Like, there are, but they're stories that aren't for for the live. What happens in Cuba stays in Cuba. I'm just kidding. You have a hydroponic setup. I heard sandponic. I've never heard of sandponic. I do not know what that is. Landed my first kickflip at Guantanamo Bay. Nice. EC is important to hydro growers. Yes. What plants are you growing? I am growing cucumbers, eggplants. I think I have 7 tomato varieties. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I have 7 different tomato varieties, some lettuce, herbs, all kinds of stuff. What yeah, Les, I'm asking myself the same thing. What the heck is sandponic? I mean, I wouldn't complain about that, Vinny. It's been nice meeting you, but it's time to go. All right, Dark Crypto, thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Stories that aren't for us. I know what happened in Cuba. Sounds like whoever owns the sand factory is coming up with new shit growers don't need. Yeah, they got too much sand and don't know what to do with it. Cheers, everybody. They use sand from Riverside, low carbon or something. Saw the video once. Interesting. Reef Commander, good morning or good afternoon. Good to see you. And yeah, I don't know about that. I know that there are sand dunes where like weeds grow in sand, so there are certain things that can grow in sand, I'm sure. Cacti, right? What's up, Taz? Good morning. Wait, what's your question, Rose? Hang on, let me go back. Question. You trim your plants a lot. What is the goal / purpose? There's different goals. So trimming the, sometimes there's too much foliage, and so I trim the lower leaves specifically to direct energy to fruit production, flower production. I also trim the lower leaves to have good airflow, like near the bottom of the bucket area, like through the canopy. I also trim because I'm scared that if too many leaves are overlapping, there could be, when they transpire, there could be like moisture trapped between the leaves, and it could cause powdery mildew. I also, yeah, but then again, you don't want to prune too much, right? Because like without the leaves, the plants can't like photosynthesize, get their energy. So it's, yeah, it's one of those things where I don't want to prune too much, and I also don't want to do too much in one sitting because I don't want to stress the plant out. So whenever I used to do that where like I'd let this become a jungle, and then when it was too late, I'm like, all right, let's prune the F out of everything. And then next thing I know, I have sticks in my grow tent and no leaves and nothing, right? So I've decided to take a little bit everyday kind of approach. And I don't even know if that's right. I know I'm using a string trellis, so you know, how tall am I going to let these go, and at what point do I let suckers grow and stop pruning? So you have to really, like I said on the previous run, in the previous lives, when we did Tomato Tuesday, I always said when you're going to prune, like, you have to pretty much like set your intention, know what you're pruning for. Don't just prune just to prune, because then if you're like me, once you start, you can't stop, and the next thing you know, you've got like one leaf left on your plant, and good luck if it's going to survive, right? So know what you're trying to achieve. If it's fruit production, you can do lower leaves and suckers, or lower leaves if it's like the quality of the fruit or the direction that the plant is growing, like upwards versus outwards. You want it to grow outwards, you'll get smaller fruit. You want it to grow upwards, you'll get bigger, better tasting fruit, and take away the suckers. So there's a lot to factor in. So you kind of have to know different techniques serve different purposes, and you just have to know what your intention is before you get started. That's all. Dad's 10. You're funny. I'm so sick of big sand and their damn conspiracies. Sandponic is a thing. Oh, wow. Wow, I didn't know that. Here I am laughing. Yeah, probably talking about rooting and cutting, or rooting cutting using sand. What's up, Yamaseta? Good to see you. What's up, Be the Arrow? Thank you for hanging out. Welcome. Before you know it, you're using... My lemons are in sandy soil. What kind of plants do you grow? I grow my own produce. I've got tomatoes, cucumber, eggplant, peppers, lettuce, herbs, tatsoi. Yes, MK, congratulations, your ginger's sprouting. Yeah, so blooming rose in the cannabis world, I guess they call it lollipopping. You're essentially making your plant look like a lollipop. Nothing on the bottom and then everything at the top. But you don't want to go like too much, right? Just maybe a couple, and as the plant grows, do a little more. Good way to do figs. Every plant's different. Chicken wire. What's up, Varian? Sandponics is an actual thing. I just looked it up. Yep, similar. So yeah, blooming rose, I tried to achieve that last grow where I kept cutting down. I kept topping the plants and I let the suckers grow. But then what happened was the suckers grew, so I'd have like a plant here, but the sucker would vine all the way through and it would grow like all the way to here. So it's really about what kind of space you're working with. You know, ideally I'd work my way up to getting the lights all the way to the top, and then that would be the max for the plants, is like maybe half a foot below the lights. Don't prune mushrooms. Okay, good to know. 85 degrees in Austin, Texas. Wow. Rub it in, Stang Man. It's freaking freezing here. What's up, Fred? Good to see you. Yeah, big sand. Fingerling potatoes, different color ones. I was letting them eye up. Congrats, that's exciting. Succulents are in sand. Cool. Yeah, I've never tried succulents. I think it's a personal preference. I trim the first few suckers and that's it. Link to Discord doesn't work. Oh, I'm gonna have to refresh it with the new one. I think it expires. I am going to post it in the community, Zelens. I'll post the updated link. I'm so sorry. I only trim bottom suckers outside to keep them off the ground. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna let my top suckers grow. Yes, Taz, never take off more than a third of the plant. That is the main thing. That's what I used to do. I used to take off like half the plant. I gotta show you guys, man. Maybe I have it on my other device here. Yes, Stang Man, I saw you join the Discord. Welcome, welcome. Sitting right at freezing here in Missouri today, really humid. I'm growing a few new strains this year, and they all can outgrow me. You can choose to, oh, okay, I have to do that then. I'll make it a forever link. Yes, Jeremy, pretty much. In the garden is where I spend all of my days, not most of my days. Welcome, guys. I do it outdoor. Cool. You look like a movie star. Oh, thank you so much. Probably not today. You guys, I'm so tired. I'm running on like, I don't know. I feel like I had 3 hours of sleep last night. I'm really tired. All right, let's see if I have, hang on. All right. Oh, I do. Okay. This is the beauty of iCloud. When you're logged into an iCloud on one phone, you get everything on the other one. All right. I want to show you guys my first grow. I had it like a freaking jungle one day, and then the next day I just chopped everything off, and it was like, what the heck? Yeah, let's take a little walk down memory lane, shall we? I mean, this was early on in the, hang on, let me make sure that, let me just check this video, make sure it's good. So I would just let things go wild. This was my first run. I wasn't using CalMag. I wasn't checking my pH. I wasn't pruning. I wasn't monitoring my environment. Couldn't tell you what temperature it was. Got PM very early in. But somebody who said that like I'm using too many plant pots or it's too crowded. This was the, these were, okay, so I had almost, I think I had 60 bell pepper plants in the second bucket system. I had the four site bucket lids, and I had each one filled with bell peppers. And I wasn't using the proper nutrients, right? So you can see, and there's like obviously pH issues, but yeah, those were the peppers. And once they started to fruit, it was like, wow. But yeah, you can see here, where is it? Yeah, oh my gosh, so many pepper plants. So this was my first grow. This video was taken August 25th, 2023. That's a month into my first grow. Everything's yellow. I probably already have powdery mildew. And I didn't get any fruit on the cucumber. I only got maybe like, out of 60 pepper plants, I maybe only got like, I don't know, 20 peppers, which is insane, right? You have 60 plants, you should at least have 1 pepper per plant. So it was a disappointment of a grow, but then again, it was my first grow, and to, you know, have that, to achieve that my first time was still somewhat exciting. I want to find the peppers for you. I want to show you guys what that looked like, but yeah, like you want to see how I cared for my garden. This was my second run. Hang on, where is it? My second run was horrible too. I didn't take good care of my garden. I let a bunch of stuff die. And like, look at this one plant. What the heck is that? Come on, TFP. What the heck? You know? So I just really destroyed things. And oh yeah, look, Rose, this is what happens if you are a type B personality and you just don't prune regularly. Look at that. That's how I managed my garden. Look at that. That's insane. That's tomatoes all the way up to the ceiling and cucumber all the way up to the ceiling. This was my second run. This was October 2024. And out of all those tomato plants, I only harvested 2 tomatoes. Yeah, it's definitely been a journey for sure. But yes, I have come a long way. And then I want to show you guys the peppers because that was pretty cool. Also, the green tower and stuff, like everything just looked, I don't know. Hang on. I'm going down memory lane now, you guys. Anyways, yeah, I had so many pepper plants. I just wanted to show you guys when they all started to ripen. It was actually really nice, but whatever. Oh yeah, this was my first grow. I used clay pebbles in all the buckets for my cucumbers and for my tomatoes. So yeah, I've tried a bunch of different things, you know. Yeah, getting better and better every day, and there's just, you know, it's all about wanting to continuously better yourself and improve yourself, and that's kind of, you know, where I'm at is like every grow. But this grow was like the most transformative, and it's because I shared my journey. I put myself out there on these lives, and then people came and commented and helped, and now, you know, now there's like a whole Discord, you know, community full of you awesome growers, and not even growers, just any like people, but specifically growers too, where we can, you know, talk about different plants, exchange ideas. Like, I love that. Too many leaves from one cauliflower. I'm so mad. That's okay. Blooming rose, just give it time. It's like a bad haircut, right? If you cut bangs by accident, just give it time and your hair will grow back. How did your plants do? Production is wise, disease resistant. Yeah, it was, I got powdery mildew within a few weeks of my grow blooming rose. It was so bad. Saffron seeds, nice. Getting stuff into the USA is difficult. Yeah, I know, it could be tricky. You just gotta lie. I'm just kidding. If they don't know exactly what a seed is, they can be passed through border. Invasive species exist. So yeah, we've come a long way, and that's why I thought to myself I should set kind of some intentions. I didn't really have intentions going into the last run that I just had. So this is my 4th run. So I had one run in 2023. I started in July of 2023. Then I had another run in, yeah, like July of 2024. And when I started my lives in May, that was my 3rd run. So yeah, now we're on the 4th run, and I'm continuing to share this with you guys because honestly, even though I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning, I mean, I still don't know what I'm doing, but I know more than I did before. But I wish I shared it with you guys because I would have learned so much faster. Like, if you put yourself out there and show people what you're doing, there are people that really just want to help. And it's really special. Highly recommend growing husk cherries for anyone who also grows cherry tomato. Are you talking about tomatillos? Tomatillos are, I think they're called Mexican cherries, right? Or there's like a nickname for it. But tomatillos are like a green tomato, but they're in a husk. And I tried growing them. I didn't get fruit. They're very invasive. The first grow, I didn't realize that, you know, in terms of pollination, tomatillos are the type of plant where you need more than one to pollinate. So my first grow, I was so in the infant stages, I was really just learning. My first grow, I had one tomatillo plant and I kept pollinating and I wasn't getting any fruit. And then I Googled and it says you need more than one plant to pollinate with each other. Otherwise, you're not going to get fruit. So what did I do? I took a cutting from the mother plant, I cloned it, and I tried pollinating, and I wasted like 2 months waiting for, you know, the clone to flower and whatever so I could pollinate. And it didn't work, and that's because it doesn't work with a clone, obviously, but I didn't know that because I was learning. And yeah, so then the plant got really invasive. I got powdery mildew. I had to get rid of everything. And then the last grow, the third grow, I had 2 plants, and I don't know if you guys remember, a lot of you guys, it was actually like when you first kind of joined, it was the day that I had to take down my cucumber plants because I discovered downy mildew, and there was something going on like crazy. I don't know if you want to call it edema. It was like bubbling on the leaves, and the tomatillos, it looked like they weren't transpiring and that the water was just accumulating in the leaves like crazy, and the leaves were bubbling, and when you touched the leaf, it was like drenched. It was very odd. And so I don't know if that's like a specific disease that shows up a certain way on tomatillos, like maybe it was downy mildew on tomatillo, and it didn't look like a fungus. But anyways, so those were my, and then I gave away my last seeds. I gave them away to a friend, and so yeah, now I have no more tomatillo seeds. So maybe I'll eventually get them again, but I just like nobody asked about tomatillos. I'm just going on and on. Sorry. And thanks, Bernie, for saying that. Appreciate it. Getting stuff to different countries from USA is expensive but easier. Yes. Black Hole, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining. My first tomato 2 years ago cost me $150. Last year was way better. What was it last year? $100? I'm just kidding. Mine, if you knew how much mine costed, you would savor it with every bite. Like a tomatillo. Cool. I'm gonna have to look into that. Very sweet. Yum. And here I am just yapping away about tomatillo like nobody freaking cares. They will pollinate themselves, but they like growing in numbers. Works even better with 2 different varieties of tomatillo. I love tomatillo salsa. Yes, so good. Salsa verde. Yeah, that's Les. Those are the seeds that I have. It's purple de milpa tomatillos. Trial and error, best way for me to learn. Me too, Semper. Instead of going on Google, I'm like, let me go kill my plants to make sure that you shouldn't do that. And then once I see that I've actually killed them, then I'm like, right, don't do that again. That's how I learn. Parisian gherkin seeds. That sounds so good, Blooming Rose. We have wild ground cherries here, husk cherries. Cool. No, I don't know about the Shane plant. What's the Shane plant? So yeah, the fresh print. Well, it's the Fresh Princess actually. But anyways. So yeah, it's been a wild ride. I don't know if I have anything else good to show you guys. I wish I had videos of, I don't know, man. I had like, just my garden was disgusting, and I just want to show you how disgusting it was. So so you can see, how poorly I managed my garden and how far we've come. Have you seen Jamaican burr gherkins? No. Like even the tower, look at my strawberries. This is the I grew them in the sponges in the tower, and they were like just brutal, like yellow and cold and probably like wrong pH, and oh my god. So yeah, there was a lot. It was a journey. But there's a specific video I'm looking for of all my pepper plants. More tower milking. Yeah, the Shane plants is the one where you touch it and the leaves curl. Oh, yes, yes, I've seen those. I think they have, you know what? I think when I was in Jamaica, I saw those. Yeah, okay, talk about searching for light. Look at my kale seedlings. What the heck is that? They're like, oh my gosh, that was brutal. I put them in the tower way too young and they were like reaching and stretching like crazy. What a disaster. And now that I have an understanding about certain things that I didn't before, when I look through these videos, I'm like, wow, you were like your water temperature or nitrogen or like all the things that I'm learning. I could tell what I'm lacking now in these videos, but there's one specific one I want to find for you guys. Yeah, I got powdery mildew everywhere. It was so bad. Like, look at how, what a disaster. What is that? Oh my gosh. And then I had thrips everywhere. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys, it's been a journey. A journey for sure. So yeah, I don't know. I can't find what I was looking for. Oh well. Yeah, so it was, I would let the tomatoes grow like all the way above the lights and they'd be like burnt by the lights and, yeah, I want to prove that I've learned exactly habitual. I feel the need to prove myself. I'm just kidding. I really don't. But sometimes I do. Yeah, I do feel the need to prove myself with this setup. I had somebody left like probably like 20 comments on one of my posts on Instagram, and they're like going off and they're really upset. Really upset about my setup and that I'm just growing tomatoes. And clearly they haven't watched. Like, first of all, I mean, yeah, the cost right now outweighs the production, right? Like I'm not producing enough to justify the cost, but it's a journey, right? And that's why I always say I feel like I need to live up to the setup because of comments like this. So this person is going like on and on and on talking about how, you know, a greenhouse would be more productive, which yeah, that might be the case until I learn how to optimize things in here. But it's just, it was so funny. They're very affected by the way that I am not growing anything that's generating an income. Read it to us. You want me to? All right. Oh wait, I don't have it on Instagram on this phone. I don't think I can log in here. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. But pretty much they were just like, you don't look cool when you are like, you've blown money on this setup that's not going to produce any kind of money. And then they post a screenshot on Discord later. Yeah, I should. And then they were like, they were going off. And then somebody commented and was like, bro, there's like worse things that you can spend money on. Like if this is what she wants to spend her money on, like people spend thousands and thousands of dollars on like model planes that you crash into the ground anyways. And then this guy was like going on and on and on. And he was like, she's only got like this many followers and the post has this many likes. There's no way she's going to generate an income. And it's like, wait, where did I miss the part where we went from talking about my garden to now my follower account? Like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm just here for the plants, man. And it's like just a journey for me. And but it's comments like that and people like that. I actually, that's why I put that pressure on myself to live up to the setup, because I'm surprised that I haven't gotten more comments like that. To be honest, this community is really kind. Sometimes I'm like, looks kind of weird that you're such a new grower and really experienced growers look at your setup and they're like, wow, you know, I'd love to have a tent like that. And this is what I chose to invest in. I don't know what else to say. And some people might think it's a waste of money. Some people might think it's stupid, but I'm having like the best time of my life. And so F it. I don't effing care what you think. I mean, I do to a certain degree, like, you know, the people who are kind to me, the people who respect me, I respect them. And, you know, you don't have to agree with my setup or what I choose to invest in, but respect, you know? And so then somebody else commented on my post. I'm just sitting back. Normally I go back and forth with these people because it's fun for me and I get pissed. But now I'm like, you know what? You're engaging with my post. Comment away. Hate or not, any publicity is good publicity. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, comment away. I don't care. And then somebody else was like, is this your first day on the internet? And then this guy's like calling everybody a keyboard warrior. He's going on honestly, I had like 20 comments just from this one guy this morning on my one post. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why are you so upset? Whenever you start any journey in life, you always make mistakes on the way, but it's about learning and getting to where you want to, but who cares about money? Be happy and enjoy. Yes, Ryan, amen to that. But obviously, life costs money, things are expensive. It's up to you, right? What you spend your money on, but you know, it's important to spend your money where it matters. And yeah, well, that's important to me. Get a lot less hate on YouTube than I anticipated before I started, right? Me too, habitual. Like and it's not even hate, to be honest. Like, that guy's not wrong. If your goal is to generate like an actual substantial income right off the bat with this kind of stuff, like, yeah, he's not wrong. So it's not even hate. It's more like he's upset. He's upset. The situation is upsetting for him. But I don't think it's hate, because then he's recommending ways that I could even earn more money. So you know, if you hate somebody, you don't want to like help them or offer your opinion. But yeah, I haven't gotten any hate. I've gotten people questioning what I'm doing and why. But I only got one person that left kind of a nasty comment, and I reached out to them, and then they apologized. But yeah, you know, we're all human. We're all human. Yeah, the rewards from gardening is priceless, but unless you experience it yourself, or, you know, it's relative. Like, it depends. It's different for everyone. You know, I found myself in a place in my life where my garden kind of saved me. Well, not kind of, it did. It saved me, and it put me on a better path. And I'm so fortunate that I can't put a price on this grow tent. I can't, because I'm really pushing myself. This is not who I was. I'm going to say who I was, because now I'm different. But yeah, I'm really pushing myself out of my comfort zone to learn things. Like, I hate math. I do not like science. But now I'm starting to love plants and plant science, if that's what you want to call it. I don't even know. I'm not even that deep into the journey yet. But it's just like changed my life, that I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, if I had to invest, you know, a few grand, well, a little more than a few grand, but, you know, if I had to invest an upfront investment in something that's going to change the entire course of my life and help me find peace and happiness, you know, who the heck are you to tell me otherwise? Here's the thing, TFP. The dudes spent half their lives trying to learn to grow weed and failing, hoping to make a career out of it. Now weed's legal and they've wasted their life. That's actually a great point. This grow setup, nails, lashes, and tattoo. Exactly, right? Like, I could be the kind of girl that goes shopping. I told you, I know people in my life where for them, it's the handbag, it's the clothes, it's the material. Well, these are material things, but it also comes with an added value that you can't you can't put a price on. That's why they're so mad. It's okay, man. It's okay. I get it. You're upset. It wasn't even hate, you know? It's upsetting. I get it. And I'm sorry. You know, I'll do my best to share my garden with you. I wish I could do something for you to make you unupset. You know, maybe I'm going to respond to the comment and say, hey, man, I'm so sorry you're upset. I just want you to be happy. Why don't you start a new run? Maybe that'll, you know, put you at peace. What's up, Can Mary Grow? Good to see you. Greetings from, I think you mean Germany Grow community. Thank you so much for hanging out. Happy New Year and happy Friday. Have nothing nice to say. Don't say nothing at all. Haters are jealous. They don't want someone to enjoy what they do because they're not doing it. And you know what? That's okay, Justin, because it's okay. Like, I see beyond that. I like to see the good in people, and sometimes people are triggered by things and it doesn't make them bad people. Maybe they're not necessarily jealous. They just don't know what to do with their feelings or how to express it. Maybe they lack a little bit of intelligence, but it's not their fault, you know? Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I respect all of you, unless you're weird and you say you have weird comments. But even then, I try to respect. I try to see the best in you. Thank you for saying that, El Badger. I appreciate it. Yeah, they're growing as she yaps on. Exactly. I'm just helping with the CO2, you guys. That's what this whole speech is about. I get a lot of hate for how I spend my money. I mean, who doesn't? They're just mad at you. You have more balls than them. Yeah, exactly. And I'm a girl. Wafiz, good to see you. And what's up, AB Grower? It's okay. You know what? That's why I don't want it to like be like that. You know, it's like if I had more money, I would create some kind of foundation to raise money for grow tents for people that want to have a setup like that. Like, I don't freaking know. I just want to help people grow, you know? Like, I'm sorry. Send a post about the After Dark plant. I will. If you're not making mistakes and you're not challenging yourself enough. Yes, and I saw a quote that says, if you're not killing plants, you're not really stretching yourself as a gardener. John, definitely not. Everything in Toronto is extremely, extremely expensive. The other day, I went to the grocery store. Now I got to start like, whoa, all right. I got to like plan what I need for the week because everything is very expensive. You know, you go buy a bag of avocados and green onion and it's like, well, not 20 bucks, but like $12 for avocados and some green onion. Like, that's insane. That is insane. 5 tiny little Hass avocados. And the pit is huge that there's like barely any avocado. They went from selling $20 a gram of food. Yeah, true. Everything changed once it was legalized, right? Sometimes I think it's hate responding. What's up, Frank? Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. So good to see you. I've been growing indoor and outdoor for 10 years. I love it. New living. Oh man, it's the best. It's the best thing I've done for myself is starting a garden. You can generate income from this setup in the state of Maine. Yeah, you know, it's not about that for me, but yes, I understand. Look, when I started this tent, I'm not like, hey, let me generate income. I was prepared to invest what I invested, and I had a goal in mind and I had a vision in mind of what I wanted to achieve. It's a lifestyle. It's not a business. First and foremost, it's a lifestyle. I want to grow my own food so I don't have to go to the grocery store and consume the crap from there. First and foremost, above all else. Everything else is like the brand, the Fresh Princess, the videos, the YouTube, the Instagram, like all that stuff comes secondary, right? The first and foremost is learning how to optimize the garden so that I can grow enough food for myself so that I don't have to go to the grocery store at all, period. She's got another tent besides this. No, I don't. Maybe one day. John, we're going to do a bunch of container soil gardening in the summer, so maybe I'll pick your brain at that point in time. I've gotten a handful of hate, but not much, very little that has no reasoning. Your snake tank. Oh, you know what, Habitual? When people say something about your pets, that's when I lose it. I'm just kidding. Justin, I do enjoy my life, and I know sometimes, you know, on these lives I get frustrated and I get upset with my garden, or frustrated with the learning curve, because it's a little bit, I just learn things in a different way than a lot of people do, and sometimes it takes me more time to learn things. And although I have to give myself credit, like I've learned a lot in 2 years, like a lot, to the degree where like people don't even understand like like, what just happened? Like people in my life, right? They're like, whoa, you just did like a 180. But yeah, I may get frustrated. I do not like feeling uncomfortable. I do, but I don't. Like when I'm in it, I don't like it. But when I feel comfortable again, I'm craving kind of that stress. But yeah, I love my life. I enjoy my life. I like that my stresses are like stresses about learning the garden, stresses about plants, like, you know, things that are going to be productive to my mission and the lifestyle that I want to live. I have a few Gorilla Grow tents I use for indoor grow room, but my outdoor garden this year is going to be mind-blowing. New Living, do you have a YouTube channel? Like, do you post on your YouTube channel? I'd love to see what you've got growing on. Sounds beautiful. Yeah, because I have $30,000 in credit card debt. 500 square foot canopy in Maine, medical. Nice. If you find peace and happiness in checking pH and EC levels daily, I'm all for it. Nice! I've converted a loyal to the soil to be okay or respect the hydroponic and aeroponic way. Nice. John, we've come a long way. You were one of those that was on my Instagram like, get rid of your hydroponic, blah, blah, blah. Soil is where it's at. And then I was like, sending you sunshine. And here we are 2 years later, and you respect my grow. Thank you. I respect you too. You see, I love this community because even though we're all different, we all have different ways of growing, different ideologies, whatever the heck it might be, we can always meet in the middle because it's all about the plants. How do your tomatoes taste? Freaking awesome. It depends what I do to them. Last run, I had some in this system that weren't that great and some in another system that I treated differently that were much better. Oh, Frank, amen to that. I think growing anything is one of the best sources of self-love out there. Absolutely. It teaches you so much. The best thing I did was getting back into gardening after I retired. Would definitely be bored to death having too much free time on my hands. Right, MK? It's the most beautiful hobby. What's up, Lawrence? And what's up, Sky Overhead? Good to see you. Deepwater culture, indoor. Nice. Those haters must get good produce in the grocery store, right? It's all the pesticides and glyphosates getting to their head. Yeah, don't be weird, John. That's a great question, Sure Warlock. I'd have to Google that. I don't know. What you got in your tent? Nice. Or I saw that you said I have a few too, so I'm responding to that. Nice. I got tomatoes, cucumber, eggplant, peppers, lettuce, all kinds of stuff. You don't need a lot of space or money to start growing. It's better to start with nothing and learn. 100%. I've seen people make grow towers out of like 5-gallon Home Depot buckets. Like, you can make things yourself. You can do things yourself. That's why when people are like, oh, tower, I'm like, if you want to get started, you can even do it yourself. Just get like a tote, put some holes in it, grab yourself a pump, and let's grow. Took me 5 years of growing to harvest my first vegetables. Wow. Well, congratulations on your harvest. The hardest part is getting started. Yes. That's the thing is, like, I don't know what happened to me in my life that I decided not only to jump in, to dive in head first, but also to share it and put it all out there. That was like the most out of character thing I've ever done. I think I was just like that passionate about finding something to like document. And, you know, like I said, I worked at a startup. I was doing their social media and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, what can I do? And actually, right before I started The Fresh Princess, I started a page it was going to just be like a lifestyle page where I go to different places because I liked to go out and eat and all that stuff. And I'd go to different places and I would, I didn't actually do it. It was the idea where like I'd go out and like review either different restaurants or kind of like, I don't know. I never really established the idea in my head. It was, I guess now in hindsight, it's like so oversaturated now. It's not even a niche anymore. But yeah, then I had the garden and everything was ready to go, and it was time to start growing. And I had some seeds that sprouted. Strawberry seeds were the first ones, and then that's it. I was just so that yellow strawberry plant that I showed you, that was my first plant of the journey, and I didn't get fruit. I got thrips, and yeah, it was just, I don't know what, I guess I was so wanting to be able to document something or create a brand around something, so I decided to pair the learning the growing with a business idea, and not really a business idea, but kind of like a persona or a brand, if you will. And then that's, you know, avocado and hydro, cool. Help, I'm in a climate with a lot of sun throughout the year and lots of rain. But which one is it? Lots of sun or lots of rain? Or both. Can't grow, pests are too much, I don't want to use chemicals. Grow indoor like I do. I know you don't want to use chemicals, but sometimes you just have to. I'm ready to go all in. Do it! Show me hate and I'll show you what Rotten Tomatoes really are. LOL. You never stop learning in life. What have you learned? Oh my gosh. Do you want me to write a list and we can go through it tomorrow? I'll put you guys all to sleep. Anybody tired and want to be able to take a nap? I'll start my list and reading it. I'll start reading my list, I mean. Oh yeah, sky overhead's ready to burn a bowl for Bernie's birthday. Nice. What's up, Carl? Good to see you. Yeah, it's Bernie's birthday again. Started growing in the winter. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, 31 days of birthday. I had just had my first 2 strawberries from inside. Oh my gosh, congratulations, Fred. Are you growing them? You're growing them in soil, right? That's so exciting. You missed a whole year again, Bernie. Wake up. Just kidding. I'm so behind on the chat. Sorry, guys. Don't laugh at my Home Depot bucket. Oh, I didn't even know you had Home Depot buckets, Galaxy Rods. I was totally just like, I've seen people do it, make their own grow towers. What were you doing with social media at the startup? Or are you still there? I'm no longer there, but it was a gifting company and it was like this product. So it was the, it was a startup that was subsidiary, I guess is the word, of a larger marketing company, and it was a gifting company. Promotions, well, it was kind of promotions and incentives, but it was also a gifting company where it was this product that was like a gift box that you can upload your pictures to, and it was also a greeting card for any occasion, birthdays, holidays, any kind of occasion. And then you'd put gifts inside, like you'd go online, you'd customize your box, you'd put gifts inside. And so yeah, it was a startup trying to like launch this new product. So I was doing brand management, so social media, website, photographs, copy, I don't know, literally doing the physical fulfillment. I was doing it all, and it was fun. But then I felt like, you know, I have my own creative ideas and I like doing my own thing, and I don't want to be told what to do. So I really felt this like pull to like, oh my God, I could do what I'm doing. I could fill this role, but I could start something of my own, and like I could make something of, like, I could do this. And I don't know, I believed in myself, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna, like I said, fortunately I was in a place in my life where I was able to take some time and walk away from that job, and now I'm here. When I started this journey though, I was still working, like I was doing both. I was doing both, but then because I had already started my social media and I had already started the Fresh Princess, then I was like, I saw an opportunity. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I took a couple of digital marketing courses. I learned a lot. And I don't know, I was like, all right, let's just see if I can grow a channel or do something, you know. Frank, happy heavenly birthday to your pops. I hate like spoiled milk. Gross. Thank you, Dad's tent. I appreciate that. Prathan, I'm sorry. What did I do to hurt you? I don't mean to offend anybody. Sorry if I miss anything in the chat. What's up, Matthew Jones? Sour and 70 people here spamming the chat. She isn't ignoring. Yeah, I swear I'm not ignoring you. I'm so sorry. If you insist, happy birthday. Yes. Take it easy. Leave a little bit of my ego intact. Yeah, Bernie's 178 by now. If I were your... Oh gosh, don't be weird. What I miss. I feel like I'm not seeing certain things in the chat. Yes, it was a very steep learning curve. I came from working in sales at an aluminum company, and when this startup opportunity came about, because I was so into like arts and crafts and like photography and like, I don't know, doing all these things, that I was like, great, this is cool. It's going to be a little leap into a new job. And little did I know, I thought that was going to be like a career thing for me. And I didn't know that it was going to be a pathway to what I'm doing now in some way. Tomato crossed with broccoli. That sounds interesting. Thank you so much, El Badger, for saying that. Appreciate it. And what's up, Shibin? You're so welcome, Frank. We appreciate you. If you can't see me, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I see you. How do you find the snow in Canada? Does it affect the grow with it being so freaking cold? This is inside the house, but I do have challenges with temperatures, especially because I have the heat on, and so sometimes it actually gets too hot in here. I think I'm a pepperhead. In my search for a hotter pepper, I found you. Yeah, try the Pepper X. It's like the hottest pepper ever. So yeah, that's the journey, you guys. Like, geez, I talk a lot and I feel like I repeat myself a lot. Illuminati, yes. But yeah, no, I was working in sales at an aluminum company. I was a sales manager. I managed a team of 6 women, which was tough. And yeah, it was so weird actually. In a male-dominated industry, I managed a group of 6 women. I think it was like the only department of women in the company. And yeah, it was, I worked there for a long time. And yeah, I worked my way up in the company, and that at first that was going to be my career. And then being a manager and being a people pleaser, and working with people that I feel like didn't respect my kindness, became difficult. And then when I had to put my foot down and actually become like, hey, you know, lay down the hammer like the moderators do, it became very difficult. And so, not difficult, it was just, I don't know, it became a toxic environment. Sometimes workplaces become toxic environments. And then, you know, the corporate pressure. I was driving like an hour and 20 minutes every day, one way, just to get to work. And then I had to drive back home. And then, but the, you know, the money was good. So I stayed. And at first it was worth it. Yeah, I will smash you with my hammer. Do it. And it's gonna make a joke, but I was gonna say that's what he said. Well, I said it. So yeah, it was just it was just such a pivot from what I'm doing now. But yeah, the aluminum company, at first when I started, I was just an inventory gal. I'd be working in a warehouse counting pieces of aluminum, and yeah, I guess I just worked really hard and I did really well. And then yeah, I got like promoted to sales, which I don't know, like it wasn't a career path that I really chose. It was kind of like, all right, I'm out of school, which I didn't get my diploma for, and I need a job. And so yeah, that's my resume. Yeah, today is a second coffee kind of day. I just had my second coffee. AB Grower, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. I have a story of an aluminum manager. He was a total ass, had tried bullying my wife. Oh yeah, you want to know about my aluminum manager? Man, this guy, I'll tell you a story. As soon as you said aluminum manager, it was like ding. When I worked, so there were different plants at this company. There was an extrusion plant, there was an anodizing plant, and they would do things for like big companies, hospitals. I know a lot of growers get stuff from AB Electric or something, and they were one of the people that we did. Trojan Technology, like we had a lot of, there were a lot of like big clients, a lot of furniture companies, a lot of trucking companies, tons of stuff. And I had a manager when I worked, he was my boss, and I worked at the time I was in the inventory department, and this guy, oh, it's already 2:05. All right, I got a couple more minutes. I just got to tell this story. This guy was a manager. He had moved from out of the country, I guess, or no, maybe he was living in Canada for a while. He was European. Really, he was a nice guy, but this guy would wear the same pants every single day, and like he wouldn't wash them, and it was a thing. Everyone would be like, I'm just gonna call him Bob, because I don't know, I don't want to say his name. People were like, yo, is Bob wearing the same pants today? Like, what is that smell? And it was brutal. This guy would show up every day wearing the same freaking pants every single day, and every day they would get dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. And we worked like in a production plant. Like, there's aluminum being anodized, there's aluminum being grinded and polished and brushed, and particles everywhere, and dust and dirt everywhere. Like, and this guy would wear same pants again, Bob, right? Dad's 10. This guy would wear the same pants every single day. Then one day we had a catered lunch for Thanksgiving. The caterers yes, thank you, Bob. The caterers had a whole lunch that the company paid for. Doesn't this guy, at the end, when everyone's done eating, he takes all the turkey, packs it. He brought his own Ziploc bags from home, packs it in the Ziploc bags, and then he comes the next day and he's like, oh, I have turkey soup. And for the next, I'm not kidding, I'm not kidding. For the next like 3 months, this guy brought turkey soup that he got off and it's like, bro, the company's paying you. Like, do you like, why you take leftovers from the meal and make soup for 3 months worth? Anyways, and then because I was not managing, but I was kind of like a team lead for a certain department of like workers in the warehouse, and they would always help me out with inventory and stuff. In the summer, it would get really disgustingly hot in the warehouse, like really gross. And so I went to the store one day and I bought a bunch of freezies for all the people in the warehouse. Doesn't this manager go open the box and take half of the freaking freezies for himself? And I'm like, where did all my freezies go? Then I go to his office and all the packaging for the freezies are in the garbage. I'm like, what the heck? You ate half of the freezies. And then I bought Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars for the office one day. This guy went and took the box and ate the whole box. Then another girl in the office baked a cake for someone's birthday. She put it in the fridge, and then the next day it was gone. And he's like, oh, who left the cake in the fridge? It was so good. I took it home to my family. And it's like, what? So then I called somebody at the head office, and I was like, I can't freaking do this anymore. Like, this guy just keeps stealing food from the fridge. So then one day I'm such a people pleaser, and I'm so polite, and I just freaking lost it on this guy. I ripped him a new one, and I was like, I was his employee, and I reached my limit, and I was like, freaking fire me, I don't care. I didn't get fired. They fired him, actually. But it was wow. Sky overhead, you just reminded me. Yeah, he took the freaking birthday cake. Who takes a birthday cake? Like, come on. Oh man, I get so passionate about that, because this guy was just, honestly, oh man, I know. One day I should have just put like Scarlett's organ loaf or something in the fridge and been like, hey Bob, Stanky Bob, I got a stanky lunch for you. Oh man, that is so funny. Wow, good times. And I remember I freaked out at him. And then when I called the head office to complain, they're like, wait a minute, let me get this right. So he went into the freezer and he opened your box of ice cream and he took all your ice cream. And then I'm like, no, that's not all. He also took the freezies and the birthday cake. And then it was like, that was it. Then the real bosses had to whoosh, lay down the hammer. But this guy was brutal, man. You'd go pick up lunch for the office. He's the type who, I'll pay you back later, and he'd never pay you back. And good times. And then shortly after, when they offered me the job at head office, I was like, yeah, man, I'm out of here. This guy's crazy. Oh, anyways, what? Backflip question again. Had to tell an employee one time that his hygiene was unacceptable. Oh, I've had to do that too. It's really, really tough. Yeah, you got me fired. Did I? Oh my gosh, Robert, did you have your YouTube stream a little too loud, volume a little too loud in the office or something? Bob lives in a small town. Oh, and he lived next door to a girl that worked at head office, and then she would come tell us these stories about how he'd like walk up to like her window and be looking inside her house. Like, what? Man, I wonder what this guy's up to. I wonder what he's up. Well, actually, no. You know what? That's a lie. I really have better things to wonder about. Anyways, you guys, on that note, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you guys. Today was a good laugh. Did you? Bernie, you're so funny. Yeah, what a creeper, honestly. Oh man, that is so good. Oh, that's funny. I made myself laugh. You guys have a beautiful day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for the prompt to the story, Sky Overhead. Sometimes you guys say something and it just triggers a memory, and that was a good one. I don't know if it was funny for you, but it was funny as hell for me. Have a great day, everyone. Appreciate you, and don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Well, come on, let's make it to 100. We can do it. TFP After Dark. We'll see you guys. I'm a little bit sleep deprived, so if I'm not feeling a little too loopy later, I'll hop on, but it'll be impromptu. So thank you so much. You guys are wonderful, and appreciate you guys. Take care, everybody. Have a beautiful day.